Hi everybody, nice to have you here. This time of year, I know that so many people, gardeners and others who like gardening, are sitting with the new seed catalogs. This is, one of the highlights of the year. New varieties, old favorites, and everybody sitting and planning the next season. So, fantastic. I like it too. But for me, I'm in permaculture. So I must dig a little bit deeper, because permaculture was to build your ecological system that support you with everything you need. And that means buying seeds all the time is not sustainable. And the question today is, what is the best seed? So to understand this, we must dig a little bit deeper. And how do we do that? Yeah, we do it by understanding how a seed works. So you have a plant growing up, and if this plant likes the environment, the biome, then it produces seeds. So what is the biome? Yeah, it's everything living in the soil. So the plants are working together with this biome, and it also adapts and work together with this environment. And this adaptation, it gives to the new seed. So that means that the new seed will have many of the benefits that this plant have found out by living one season in this special environment. So here actually we have the start for the perfect seed. So if you take this new seed and plant it next year, it will go on. It will adapt even more, even a little bit better. So for every year you get a better and better seed. And the plants will be more and more resistant to everything that can happen in this area. And if it goes long and you continue with doing this, you will have a very special seed. You will be the only one that have this seed in the whole world. So it's, gold. If you give this seed to a friend who lives in a different area, it will not be the perfect seed for him. It will be a good seed, but it will not be the perfect. He have to plant it in his area and do the same thing that you have done. This is how nature works. This is how it should work. This is fantastic. But how does it work in reality, in the world? Yes, in nature this works, but humans are involved. So the big companies who sell all the seeds in the world, 99.9%. I will not mention these companies because I want to keep this little YouTube channel. They are everywhere, these companies, and controlling. So they are doing a hybrid. They have this fantastic original seed. Take this and they make a copy and then change it a little bit. They say that they improve the seed. And then somehow this traditional seed disappear. This hybrid they take patent on, so they own everything around and about this seed, so nobody else can claim anything from this seed. If you plant your own seed from next year you take your own seeds, and then you actually almost do a legal action if you sell the seed and so on. So they do this, so they control everything. They want you to buy a new seed every year, new seeds every year. This is how they make business. This is how they make farmers their slaves. Okay, so it's horrible. You cannot even make a regenerative agriculture anymore. They call it in these big companies and the big government organizations, they say it's regenerative agriculture, but it's not, because you cannot even own your own seeds. You cannot even produce your own seeds in this environment. So it's just horrible. You get angry. This is not enough. It's worse. They also say that they make improvement to the seed. That is how they sell this to governments and farmers and so on. But what is these improvements? Yeah, some of them are good. Some of them are making the crops bigger and taste better and so on. But most important for these companies is that you cannot produce your own seed. So if you plant these seeds, you take the seeds you get and you plant it, then it will be not functional. They are sterile. So either nothing happens or it becomes something else that you don't wish for. And the next thing they do it so it works. The function of the seed should work together with the fertilizer that the same company sells. So without the fertilizer, this seed will not be optimal. So then they have one more product that you need to buy. And the third thing is, they say that these hybrids can better resist pests. It's not the pest that they resist against mostly, it's these seeds, they resist the pesticide that the same company produce. So then you need to buy their pesticides. And what's happened here is that you have done farmers to slaves. So this is just boring and, sad. What can we say about it? So how should we then go ahead with this? Well, we should find small, traditional seed companies. There are many of them still, small, but they are there. And they are working, they are producing their own seeds. They often have all these old traditional seeds, the plants and so on. They have local produced seeds that is traditional for special areas. And these are actually the best seeds, because if you can get seeds from companies that produce the seeds in an environment that is rather close to your own environment, then it will always work. And from these seeds, you can start your own journey in your area or in your land, because these seeds will work fine. You can plant it and you will receive new seeds, and you are allowed to work with these seeds because they're traditional seeds. Nobody have taken patent on these seeds. So if you dig a little bit deeper, you want these kind of seeds. They are often ecological, they are traditional, and they are from your local area. So it takes a little bit more digging, but this is more fun. And the things that's starting now is that if you have your special seeds, because there are a lot of people interested in this, you start to talk with this on seed markets and so on, and you start to exchange. So you get some seed from them and you have your seeds and so on, and you're building a community of seed growers. And this is very, very important, because there are so many varieties of vegetables and plants that is just disappearing because the big industry is not interested in this. If you look at, for example, here in Europe, the EU Commission for Agriculture, what are they interested in? Hybrid wheat, hybrid soy, hybrid maize, and so on. All this boring thing. They say nothing about 200 varieties of kale that we have in Scandinavia. So there are organizations, small organizations that works with this, and you can also join them. In Sweden we have sesam, Norway we have kvass, yes, and so on. Scandinavia are full of this. So this is my take on it, the permaculture way. You want your own seeds, you want to replant your favorites year after year, then it's regenerative. You are in control of your own seeds, and yes, you have created these fantastic loops in nature, and your system, your place where you are starting to be unique. Thank you for